Bo, Christmas is here. Have you seen? Have you heard? Sanctions against those
Oh,
against those that censor people.
oh. From America, we
Yeah,
talking? Right, right. I didn't think our government would do such a thing. But,
no, but God,
hey, what's this? I'm learning
they,
about
they
this. What's going on?
they have censored some Brits.
Oh, oh, really?
This is brilliant. Like this is actually very, very good. So this is a tweet from the Undersecretary of State Sarah B. Rogers, and we'll just kind of go through it, and then we'll look at the response to it because the EU specifically is absolutely pissing themselves, like genuinely wetting themselves and throwing their toys out the pram. And it's a meltdown on an epic scale, and I'm here for it, quite frankly. So
Sounds great.
she tweeted out there, says, today the United States issued sanctions reinforcing the red line I invoked on GB News, namely extraterritorial censorship of Americans. Today's sanctions target the censorship NGO ecosystem.
Oof.
These sanctions are visa related. We aren't invoking severe Magnitsky-style financial measures, but our message is clear. If you spend your career fomenting censorship of American speech, you're unwelcome on American soil.
Nice.
Continues further, says, our targets are foreign, but you'll notice that some collaborated with US bureaucrats on Murphy style speech suppression. Don't worry, we're pursuing transparency, truth, and reconciliation at the State Department too. We sanctioned Thierry Breton, a mastermind of the Digital Services Act, in August of 2024, while serving as European Commissioner for Internal Markets and Digital Services. He published a letter using the DSA to threaten Elon Musk ahead of his live stream interview with President Trump. Before the interview, Breton ominously reminded Trump of X's legal obligations and ongoing formal proceedings for alleged non-compliance with illegal content and disinformation requirements under the DSA. That individual also admitted to rigging the election as well. So, that's great. The
That's interesting. I've never heard of him before. I guess that story passed me by. Thierry Breton. I mean, vaguely rings a bell, but I don't remember it in detail. Sounds like a true scumbag, though. Sounds brilliant.
Yeah,
if they're going to pop at him.
Yeah. Basically, the guy who created the equivalent European version of the Online Safety Act, basically.
Right.
So, we've sanctioned Imran Ahmed, key collaborator with the Biden administration's effort to weaponize the government against US citizens. Ahmed's group, Center for Countering Digital Hate, created the infamous Disinformation Dozen report, which called for platforms to deplatform 12 American anti-vaxxers, including now HHS Secretary Kennedy. Leaked documents from CCDH show the organization listed Kill Musk's Twitter and trigger EU and UK regulatory action as priorities. The organization supports the UK's Online Safety Act and EU's Digital Services Act to expand censorship in Europe and around the world.
Lovely.
This one's probably the best one. I love this one.
This is music to my ears.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's really, really decent. So we've sanctioned Claire Melford. She leads Global Disinformation Index, a UK-based organisation that monitors websites for hate speech and disinformation. If you question Canadian blood libels about residential schools, you're engaging in hate speech, according to Melford and GDI. This NGO used State Department taxpayer money to extort censorship and blacklisting of American speech and press. They also joined the deleterious EU Code of Practice on Disinformation. I mean, there's just more. A leader and founder of Hate Aid, German organization founded after the 2017 German federal elections to counter conservative groups. Apparently, they're a trusted flagger and basically a censor under the EU's Anti-Speech Digital Services Act. Another one, Josephine Ballon, co-leader of Hate Aid, so they've been sanctioned specifically. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then they even say this: none of those sanctioned is a current UK or EU official. However, we know that foreign government officials are actively targeting the US this week. The UK's Liberal Democrats claimed President Trump's national security strategy amounts to foreign interference by a hostile foreign state because it correctly identifies mass migration and decaying national sovereignty as existential European security concerns. Yes. Our targets are foreign, but you'll notice that some collaborated with US bureaucrats. And yeah, sort of covered that already. This is brilliant.
Yeah. Oh God, love it. I love it. Finally, a pushback, a kickback from powers that be, not just nobodies like us talking shit on Twitter, moaning about it. I mean, people say that on Twitter when you have a moan. They're like, "Oh, what have you done?" Well, what can we do? You know, you must see that on Twitter all the time. What have you actually done other than talk shit on Twitter? There's not actually a great deal I can do, right? But so when you see this, when you see sort of the State Department getting bellicose about it, nom.
Now, I think we'll look at the reaction in a minute, but this I liked. We aren't invoking severe Magnitsky-style financial measures, but our message is clear. Now, that to me says we're not doing it yet.
Right, yeah.
But you better get in line because we will do it. We can do it. We're starting on the lowest of the low. We're just not letting you in the country. But we will do this. This is a warning. This is our warning shot. Warning shot off the bow. Starboard bow. Right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the Magnitsky Act does?
No, I don't. No. Both times you referenced it, I was like, I wonder what exactly is that? What is that? Yeah. You tell me.
It's fucking brutal.
Okay.
It is brutal. It's basically excommunicado from any American business. No American business or service, and it's worldwide. No American business or service is allowed to interact with an individual. Done.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
It's like being in the little FBI black book, like Al Capone.
It's a huge thing. Like it's massive. You wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to have a bank because Visa, MasterCard, that's all American. Wouldn't be able to watch TV. Amazon, American. Google, American.
Right.
Wouldn't be able to have a Gmail account. You wouldn't be able to do anything. You wouldn't be able to you're blacklisted from American businesses completely.
Right.
It's illegal for them to interact with you. You wouldn't be able to get on an airplane that's run by an American business. Nothing.
And I imagine if you're on that list, you're already got visa problems. You wouldn't be allowed to go to America.
Yeah,
I imagine already. So yeah, it really would screw with your life, probably.
Oh, massively.
Certainly, if you live in Europe or Western Europe, I would have thought. Yeah. Oh no, this is great because I've a few of those things like hate aid or whatever they were called. It puts in mind hope not hate. I mean, hope not hate do call. I don't know if they exactly call for censorship, like explicitly exactly. I mean, I think pretty sure they used to, but then I think they got in some legal troubles where people would sue them and stuff, and so now they just hint at it, right? They're a little bit more. Anyway, it'd be so funny if the State Department. It's great that the State Department specifically call out the Lib Dems. Ha! Brilliant, lovely jubbly. Yeah, I'd love it if they called out hope not hate. Or there's loads of them actually, aren't there? Did a segment on Lotus Eaters once, and a couple other times, a couple other people have done it. And there's actually, when you look at the list of all these types of because what did they call it? The NGO ecosphere or something, didn't they call it? There's a massive the NGO ecosystem. Censorship.
Yeah, censorship NGO ecosystem.
It's a good phrase. It's a good turn of phrase there. Because there's so many of them. I mean, just in Britain alone, there's dozens and dozens of these organizations just trying to shut down freedom of speech and freedom of expression and lobbying the government to increase hate speech laws, etc. So the State Department, as we said it before, I think I said it maybe on when we was talking about Venezuela or something. I can't remember. But when the State Department says something, the US State Department, the rest of the world better bloody well listen. Because they really are one of the most powerful cabals of gangs of people in the world, in the whole world. Like if America, if the United States is gonna come and bomb your country and remove your government, something as serious, as profound, as deadly serious as cancer as it gets, like that, you first hear about it from the State Department. It's not the Pentagon that first say, we're looking seriously at you. It's not the US Marine Corps that puts out a tweet. It's the State Department. It starts with the State Department. So when they say something, you better bloody well listen. And well, I hope they do. If they can, I mean, we haven't got too many more years left of Trump now, are we? We're nearly halfway through. But if Vance takes over or someone else, Rubio, after Trump and continues all this, because you're going to need a fair few years. If they're truly going to dismantle this censorship NGO ecosystem, they'll need more than 2.5 years, I would have thought. Well, depends how they go at it. But this is lovely. This is lovely to hear. What a Christmas treat.
You know, it really is. And the thing is, like, it's just a logical conclusion that any American should be in support of. Yeah. Oh, we stand by our own constitution, freedom of speech. Yeah, okay. So then, yeah, like anyone that is anti that, why we don't want you in the country. Like everyone should be in support of that. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be allowed in America if you are against one of the founding principles of what America, you know, the culture that they enjoy. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Everyone should be on that, and you can't argue with it. And mate, are they trying to argue with it? And they're having a meltdown.
Oh, people going full meltdown. Are they?
Macron, oui.
Problem.
France condemns the visa restriction measures taken by the US against Thierry Breton and 4 other European figures. These measures amount to intimidation and coercion aimed at undermining European digital sovereignty. The European Union's digital regulations were adopted following a democratic and sovereign process by the European Parliament and the Council. Nothing about the European. Nothing about that is democratic.
Exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it was. Chin chin. Yeah. As if that was fucking democratic. These bastards. These absolute bastards.
Literally nothing about the European Parliament is democratic.
I know. Man,
they apply within Europe to ensure fair competition among platforms without targeting any third country and to ensure that what is illegal offline is also illegal online. The rules governing the European Union's digital space are not meant to be determined outside Europe. Together with the European Commission and our European partners, we will continue to defend our digital sovereignty and our regulatory autonomy. Yeah, no, you can. You're just not allowed in the States.
Yeah.
You're a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that, Macron, in France for French people alone and on their own. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, well done.
You're just not allowed in the States. Like, all it is just you're not allowed in the States, and they're having a meltdown about it. Like a full-blown meltdown. And it just goes on. European Commission. We strongly condemn the US decision to impose travel restrictions on 5 European individuals, including former Commissioner Thierry Breton. So, okay, cool. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Cry. Yeah. Doesn't matter. They got all of Europe taking travel around if they want.
Yeah, 2 tears in a bucket for the fucking European fucking these bastards. But the thing is, quintessentially, this is what it boils down to, right? America standing up for themselves, and their own principles of free speech. I said, no, we're not going to let you just censor us. No, we're Americans, damn it. And we'll say what we want. Certainly in the United States, like we're going to say what we want. So, and if you don't like it, well, fuck you, and we'll cut you off. We don't give a shit. We don't need you. As if we need you, right? So that's all that's really happening here at the most fundamental level. So they can cry and bitch about it all they want.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, because none of these people's tweets make any sense. So this one, Kaja Kallis, I don't know who this is actually. Some EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs. There you go. The decision by the US to impose travel restrictions on European citizens and officials is unacceptable and an attempt to challenge our sovereignty. So sorry, you've got an issue with America just acting on its own sovereign basis, and you're like, well, that's challenging our sovereignty. No, it's not, you retard.
No. Yeah,
it's just saying, no, you can't come to America because we're our own country and we don't abide by whatever shit you're doing. So go. Europe will keep defending its values, freedom of expression, fair digital rules, and the right to regulate our own space. Right, but America can't regulate its own visas. Okay, cool. All right.
America's standing up for freedom of expression, and that's a problem for Europe's freedom of expression. What the fuck? What the fuck? Who could possibly read this and really think that it all makes sense and it all adds up, and that the United States State Department are the baddies in this, and the people like her, a high EU commissioner, is the goodie? Who could really, honestly, come to that conclusion?
Mate, it's so funny. Russian garbage in the comments there. Good dude. Russian.
Yeah, he's great.
Freedom of expression. And how many times have you raided AFD and other related organizations?
Great point. Yeah. That's a banger of a point. Like the first one, just 1 point. The first one straight off the top of your head. What about when you fuck with AFD constantly? What about that? Yeah. I mean, good point. Bloody good point. You can rely on Russian garbage human to come out with a zinger.
Got this dipshit, Ursula von der Leyen. Freedom of speech is the foundation of our strong and vibrant European democracy. We're proud of it. We will protect it. Are you mental? Like, I mean, what kind of mental gymnastics are you doing to get this position as your argument against America saying, hey guys, you're trying to censor everyone, so we won't let you in the country? Freedom of speech is we're going to defend freedom of speech. Like, that's what America's doing, you pleb.
Yeah.
No one's buying what you're selling here. No one's interested.
And anyone that's lived in Europe for the last 20 odd years, 15, 20 odd years, will know that that's bullshit, that they're doing everything they can to stamp out freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Yeah. I mean, Luca, my boy Luca. Nobody believes this. Your lies. Brilliant. Yeah. Straight away, straight in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
This tweet here, I was arrested for using my free speech within 2 kilometers of the European Commission headquarters. So is my friend Billboard Chris. We were simply having conversations about the dangers of puberty blockers. Free speech is dead in Europe. Can't argue with it.
Difficult to argue with it. Yeah. These scumbags. I think someone like Ursula von der Leyen, again, I hope, will go down in history as a stain. A stain on our history. Her and people like her. As again, a sort of a cabal of baddies that tried to annihilate our freedoms. So it's so rich that they're tweeting against Trump and the State Department for actually standing up for freedom of speech and freedom of expression and anti-censorship. Like the irony of that, the double think of that, the 1984 style double think required for that. Yeah, the mental gymnastics. And no one's buying it. Just like Lucas said, I can't believe very many people are buying it.
Yeah. This is that Thierry Breton guy. So if the name Thierry Breton sounds familiar to you, it's probably because of this. Former EU commissioner admits that the EU was responsible for the cancellation of the elections in Romania. We did it in Romania, and we'll do it in Germany if necessary.
I do remember this now, yeah. And I remember seeing it come up in like a couple of days ago or whatever, all over Twitter. Yeah. What a scumbag. What a scumbag. These people really, really despise democracy. They despise the people. They despise populism. They despise freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. These people are sort of they really are wannabe tyrants, wannabe autocrats. Well, not autocrats, because there can be only one in an autocratic system. But, you know, they wannabe, I hesitate to say fascist. That's not really the right word. Authoritarians. They're quite hardline authoritarians. If they were given a free hand, they would be extremely authoritarian. You know they would.
Well, yeah. So it's a how would you phrase it? I would phrase it like it's a bureaucratic autocracy. That's how I would That's how I would phrase it, because it's all just bureaucracy. It's just constant managerial bureaucracy, isn't it? Non-stop, or I don't know. I mean, authoritarian for sure, but it's
oligarchy. Yeah,
an
authoritarian bureaucratic oligarchy. Yeah, of scumbags, right? Because you could have an authoritarian bureaucratic oligarchy that did good and righteous things, right? That's possible, but they're not that, are they? They're doing the evil thing. They're playing the evil card. All the time, just to be able to flood us more and more and more to demographically replace us. Ultimately, right? It's not just for its own sake, is it? There is an even more pernicious sort of agenda going on, isn't it? Just filth. Loving this from the State Department. Loving it.
What a lie.
What's Tubby said? Oh, Tubby? I've never called him Tubby before in my life. The Tubster.
Just says, what a lie. And just highlights democratic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Long may it last.